Shingon Buddhism is a fascinating branch of Buddhism, but did you know it's one of the last surviving Vajrayana traditions in East Asia?
Wow, that's amazing. What exactly does Shingon mean?
Great question. The term Shingon translates to true word in Japanese, which is derived from the Chinese term Zhēnyán, a direct translation of the Sanskrit word mantra.
This lineage took root in China with masters from India, but its real evolution happened in Japan with a single monk.
Who was this monk?
That would be Kūkai, a pivotal figure who spread these esoteric teachings within Japan. His journey and influences are truly remarkable and raise many questions about how such traditions evolve over time.
Indeed, and Kūkai's teachings emphasize the idea of achieving Buddhahood in this very body, which is crucial to understanding Shingon practices.
So Kūkai founded Shingon during the Heian period. What led him to China?
Kūkai sought deeper esoteric practices, so in 804 he traveled to Chang'an, now Xi'an, to study under Huiguo at Azure Dragon Temple.
This journey marked a significant turning point. Kūkai brought back essential teachings that sparked the growth of a new tradition in Japan.
How did he gain such influence upon returning?
Kūkai quickly garnered support from the ruling elite, which was instrumental in establishing Shingon, although it didn't come without challenges.
He faced hurdles, especially in gaining recognition from the imperial court, which is a captivating story of perseverance.
It sounds like Kūkai's early life was quite involved. What was his background?
He was born into an aristocratic family and studied Confucianism before he found his true calling in Buddhism.
His intense studies in the mantra of Bodhisattva Akashagarbha led him directly to esoteric pursuits.
I see. What happened when he met Huiguo?
Huiguo recognized Kūkai's potential instantly. In just 3 months, he initiated him into the mysteries of esoteric Buddhism.
There's a hint here about Kūkai's rapid ascent, which raises questions about his later influence on Japanese culture and beyond.
So after Huiguo's death, how did Kūkai proceed?
Upon his return, Kūkai sought imperial permission to establish a new school. This took 3 years, but it was a defining moment for Shingon.
Emperor Saga's eventual support propelled Kūkai to prominence as he became head of Toji Temple, a major milestone.
What did Kūkai do at Toji?
He began esoteric initiations and soon laid the groundwork for the Shingon school centered on Jingoji, which would become pivotal.
Was Shingon Buddhism static after Kūkai, or did it evolve?
Definitely evolving. Some monks ventured to China for more teachings, leading to competition with the Tendai school.
The rise of Pure Land Buddhism also influenced Shingon during this time, especially through figures like Kakuban.
What kind of changes did Kakuban bring?
He integrated Pure Land practices into Shingon and suggested that the Pure Land exists in our world, a fascinating merge of traditions.
His influence divided Shingon into 2 main sub-schools, which speaks volumes about its adaptability and resilience amid competition.
The historical shifts are incredible. How did Shingon fare during the Kamakura period?
It saw the emergence of the Shingon Rishu school, which emphasized adherence to monastic rules alongside esoteric practices.
The tumultuous Sengoku period, however, forced many temples to defend themselves militarily, which led to significant conflicts.
So were the teachings affected by these war disruptions?
Absolutely. Shingon had to adapt to survive, and that meant some centers like Kōya suffered destruction.
These events not only tested the faith, but also led to unique developments in how esoteric practices were interpreted and preserved.
What about the Edo period? How did Shingon respond to the new political landscape?
The Tokugawa shogunate implemented control measures, but this allowed Shingon to revive its studies across various temples.
Notable figures emerged during this time, promoting monastic discipline and even engaging with secular topics alongside Buddhist discourse.
Did this engage the public in a new way?
Yes, it made Buddhism more accessible, and scholars like Onko became renowned for their contributions to both Buddhism and Sanskrit studies.
I'm curious about the Meiji period. How did it challenge Shingon Buddhism?
The anti-Buddhist campaigns forced many temples to close, and there was significant pressure to merge various sects under a single leader.
This led to internal struggles as different Shingon schools tried to maintain their unique identities amidst growing governmental pressures.
Were any of them successful in retaining their individuality?
Some did indeed manage to reclaim their independence over time, but it was a turbulent transition for the sect as a whole.
Ultimately, this era crafted the Shingon landscape into what we recognize today, but the journey to that point was anything but straightforward.
The evolution of Shingon Buddhism reflects a rich tapestry of cultural integration and resilience through countless challenges.
Incredible. There's so much depth to each stage of its history.
And as we have only scratched the surface, the future holds even more intriguing developments that could reshape our understanding further.